All right. So it's very common, like I was just talking with Alvin, it's very common to forget to bring your exponent in if you have a number inside your parentheses. So if you didn't take 3 to the 4th here, it's a mistake, but it's a really common one, so don't feel bad. Just go back and fix it. So this 4 needs to come in as an exponent on the 3 and on the c to the 1/4. 3 to the 4th, c to the 1/4 times 4. And then we need to do c to the 2 times 3. All right, Austin, help me out. What's 3 to the 4th? Jeremiah, did you do 1/4 to the, or 1/4 times 4? 1, thank you. Thanks for helping out. And what about 2 times 3? 3 to the 4. You have to remember, this needs to go on everything in here. So it needs to go on the 3 and on the 6. So 3 to the 4th is 81. There's another way that you can do this. I'll show you in a minute. What about 2 times 3? 6. So c to the 6th. And now that we have all multiplication, everything on the same level, we can add our exponents since we have 2 c's here. 81 e to the 7th. If you don't like bringing that 4 in, the other way that you can deal with that is that you can take this and write it 4 times. So I feel like it's very kind of time consuming to do that, but you can do it. C to the 1/4, 3c to the 1/4. That would be 3c to the 1/4 quantity squared. And you can do that 4 times, and that's the same as 3c to the 1/4 to the 4th. So you can choose the way you like. I think it's kind of easier to use the rule. Okay, this guy, we end up with big numbers, but the process is the same. Remember to bring your 2 to the 3rd power in on all 3 little guys in here. So this is 6 to the 3rd, a to the 3rd, b to the 3rd. And then what's the exponent going to be on my 5? 2. Yep, 5 squared. And here, this is the first one in this problem that we need to multiply. A to the 3 times 2. And then all the steps after this, I just think of as cleaning it up. What is 6 to the 3rd? 216. A to the 3rd, b to the 3rd, 5 squared? Don't say 10. Thank you. And then we multiply the 3 and 2 here, so a to the 6th. Awesome. So then we need to kind of reorder. Yesterday when we had problems that looked like this, we reordered. We did 216 times 25. And then we put our a's next to each other. A to the 3rd times a to the 6th. And then b is kind of the odd man out. It's not going to have anybody to combine with. It's just going to tag along. So the monster of a number that you get there is what? Awesome. We add our exponents when we have the same base and we're multiplying. So it's going to be a to the 9th and then b to the 3rd. So the baby steps, you guys probably think are annoying, but it's how I get them right. And it's how you'll get them right too, I think. 2 multiple choice problems and then practice. All right, we have a, hey, how many solutions am I looking for if it says which? One answer. One answer. So I need to bring in my 2/3 on both of these terms. So this is going to be 8 to the 2/3, x to the 3 times 2/3. And let's go ahead and look at this one in Desmos, since we know that's the calculator that you will have on the test. All right, I'm going to do 8 to the 2/3. 8 to the 2/3. Oh, it's 4. Lovely. What 2/3 does is squares it and then takes the cube root. You don't have to know that. The calculator will do it. Okay, so 8 to the 2/3 is 4. And then the other math we need to do here is 3 times 2/3. 3 times 2 divided by 3. 3 times 2/3 is 2. Those 3's just cancel. So 4 times x squared. Is that one of these answered? Yeah, it is. Since it's A, we don't have, and we're only looking for one answer, we don't have to check that this would work or this would work. We know they don't. If this was a select all that apply, we would need to work with these and see if we could get them to be equivalent. And that's what we'll do on the next problem. So select all that apply. So I just worked with this problem. I brought the 2/3 in on the 8 and on the to the 3rd. And then I put 8 to the 2/3 in my calculator. And 3 times 2/3 in my calculator. 8 to the 2/3 is 4. 3 times 2/3 is 2. And that is A. All right, try to stay with me on the next one. Select all that apply, or select all, tells us we're going to have more than one answer. Absolutely, positively more than one answer. Make sure you're with me on this problem. All right, so this x squared exponent only applies to the 3 and to the x squared. So I'm just going to work with that first. I'm going to leave the 2x to the 5th until later. So when I bring the 2 in, it's going to be 3 squared, and then x to the 2 times 2. And then I'm going to reorder. Well, actually, let's clean this up. What other number do I have other than 2 in this problem? 3 what? 3 squared. What is 3 squared? 9. So I'm going to go ahead and put that 9 out front. And then I have x to the 5th. And I have x to the 2 times 2. What's 2 times 2? 4. And then let's get our final answer. 9 times 2 is 18. And here I'm going to add those exponents because we're multiplying now. Everything's on the same level. 5 plus 4 is 9. So my job here is to see if that's any of these answers, and then see if any of these answers are equal to 18 to the 9th, or 18x to the 9th. This one is 18x to the 9th, so that's lovely. All right, what can I get rid of? Can 6x to the 9th be equal to 18x to the 9th? No. Abby just said this one was, so let's reorder. 3 times 6, I like to put my big numbers out front, and my exponents behind it. X to the 6th times x to the 3rd. And then multiply. Big numbers. 3 times 6 is 18. Add exponents. 6 plus 3 is 9. 18x to the 9th is the same as this math, is the same as what we started with. So again, when you see a select all that apply, it's not one problem, it's like 3 or 4 or 5 little mini problems. Anything else we know cannot be the right answer, what am I definitely not going to pick? Yeah, 5x to the 9th is ridiculous. Let's try this one. So 4 times 2 is what I need to do first. I'm going to make sure I put a 1 on that x. And 2 times 4 is 8. And then if I add those, what do I get? 18x to the 9th. None of the steps are hard, but there's a lot of detail to keep in order and keep in check. So please, 1, make sure you're attempting the practice. 2, let us check it before you turn it in so we can make sure you practice right.